you want to classify your mail, I think we discussed about this example in initial sessions. So I think like depending on a few features which we select, we have to classify if your mail what you have received is a spam or a not spam. Okay, so let us take that kind of problem. So okay, so feature one may be something like few words like lottery, kind of words like won a lottery or something like this. So that can be a mostly can be a spam, right? So and then so and various fonts. If there are like so many fonts, font size variation. So this can also be one way, and spelling mistakes. So if you can see in most of spams, there can be many spelling mistakes. Okay, so there are chances that there are spelling mistakes. So it's not that if there are spelling mistakes, it's a spam. So something like this. Okay, so we have taken few features. Let's only take this, and then from this we have to decide if it is spam or not spam. Okay, for this, what we are trying to do is, let's say lottery. If there are lottery or some prize claiming country. Okay, not just lottery. Let me say prize. If there are something like this on this, it is there, and like I'm keeping like yes or no or something like that. Okay, this is there, and this is variation is also there. There are also spelling mistakes. Then we are saying like it's a spam. So instead of s, let me write like zeros and ones. Okay. Okay, 1 1 1, and it's a 1, and you may have this, you may have errors but no spelling mistakes, then also it can be a spam, something like this. Okay, we price is there but these sizes are not 16, we'll say like it's not a spam, like that. These kind of things are already recorded, let us say this. But after viewing, like let's say we have like thousands of data, thousands rows of data. So out of these, let's say our data is something like this. Our spam is actually some actual spam. What we got is like from here, we have only 50 mails of spam, and not spam, there are 950. Okay, so let us take this kind of scenario. Your data contains only positive classes, as 50 as positive classes, and like 950 negative classes. So actually, if you take accuracy, okay, if you take the accuracy values for these, what will you do? Like accuracy is like randomly I'm predicting, like let us say your model is predicting everything as true. Okay, everything as not a spam. Okay, then what will be the accuracy? Let's say means like for every value, if I'm blindly predicting as like not a spam, what will happen? For let's try to do this predict confusion matrix. Okay, so out of this, let us say this is prediction, this is actual. Okay, so this is saying like spam, not spam, spam, not spam. Okay, so actually spam are this. Okay, so actually there are 50, out of which I am predicting everything as not a spam. Okay, I means like every these 50, actual 50 I'm predicting as not a spam, and even the not a spam, actual not a spam also I'm predicting as not a spam. Means like model, let us say we have a model which we built, like we are taking these three features and finally we are sending output, right? Y. So this y I am giving always one, I'm hard coding it to one always. Okay, such kind of case, what will happen? The accuracy, what is accuracy here? So this is 0. So what will be the accuracy here? The accuracy is something like this. So how many are predicted, how many correctly predicted by total number, right? So if you, even though you blindly give it all as not a spam, you are predicting 950 correctly, right? Out of 1,000, it is say, let us say there are in 1,000 people, like there are 10 people criminals. Okay, So I'm saying like everyone are good, not everyone are not a criminal. So what will be like in out of 1,990 times you are correct, right? So something similarly here. So 950 times I'm correct. So out of 1,000. So this will be your accuracy, 95% accuracy. So if you see this 95% accuracy, what will we think? Like we will think that this model is very good, right? But actually it is not even learned anything. It's just that it is blindly predicting that your like mail is not a spam. Okay, so this doesn't do any harm, but what we actually want is to classify if it is a spam, right? So that case we actually will fail. Okay, so these kind of situations can be found on through ROC curve. Okay, so ROC curve is one very good blindly if you predict like not a spam, we are getting 95%, right? But these kind of things we can actually be found in this confusion matrix. You can see this confusion matrix which was like 0 0. We can see that like this particular value, like it is not able to find any kind of spam. This is useless, right? But if you see only accuracy, we can't do that. We can see that like it is 95%, so it is very well accurate. So such kind of metrics, if you see only one of them, it can be manipulated. Okay. So there is one more case, like I can also say something else, kind of a cancer data set. What we'll be having is a cancer patients, let us say, there'll be only like 100, and in let me also make it much you only have 10 examples of person being cancer, and not a cancer is like 990. Okay, so in this case, if you blindly predict everything as not a cancer, your accuracy will be 990 by 1,000, which will be 99%. Even though you see 99% as accuracy, still it is bad because it is not detecting any cancer. So that's why that is the kind of importance what you have for a confusion matrix. Okay, so this and precision recall will actually give you the actual scenario of your model, and if it is useful or not, we can actually get it through this confusion matrix. Okay, so this is what it has. So, okay, cool. So there are, in case of this kind of scenario, even your model won't learn like very well if we train like with the model what we have, because there are very less samples for examples that we have for showing that this is cancer, right? So actually, what it happens is like when we provide some example, these are like cancer, these are not a cancer, it will try to kind of differentiate between these two. If you show like so many like not cancer examples and show only very few cancer examples, so it may not identify the pattern. It's like for a kind of a kid, new kid, newly born kid, like very few months old or a 1 year old kid, you show a car and some other picture. Okay, you show a car picture, you show a bike picture, so it should he should be able to differentiate between these two. If you show so many pictures, say that this is a car, this is a bike, something like this. Okay. So, but if you show only one of them and then so many as car, there are high chances that he may not identify that that is a bike. So actually, he will be human intelligence, like he will be able to identify most cases. But in case of a model which we prepared now, like it won't be able to identify. Okay, because this is very basic model, and these basic model like needs like so more examples for it to be to differentiate between many different classes. Okay, so and one more thing I'm able to say is these kind of things we call it like class imbalance. Okay,